I might say that what makes me still keep working, that's my personal little viewpoint. If I don't do anything, my brain will become more dysfunctional, like having nothing to look up to. I didn't use the clock anymore because the clock became my inner guide who will wake me up. 3 years ago, I was going to go to a seminar in Minneapolis, and my flight was early morning, 5 a.m. I was supposed to go to the airport at 3. I did my usual thing, my singing of you, and went to sleep. And about 10 minutes to 3, I was awakened to a dancing, whistling light in my and my eyes open. And I thought it must be my husband who is doing it. But then after a few minutes, I realized he's still sleeping. So to me, that was my inner guide waking me up and said, "Get up, let's go." I was growing up, I feel very grateful that I came into a family which was already into developing love for God. My grandfather retired as a teacher, but when even in his retirement, he opened a school which was in our own home, and there were so many girls who would come get education, because in those days, education for girls was not the priority of the families. They got master who got education at my grandfather's school. My father, he was a doctor. Even before retirement, he always had an evening clinic for the poor, where he gave them advice, medicine, everything with no charge. And that he continued till his last day. He died at the age of 100, but he was still helping people if they needed any medical advice. The parents loved the way I helped their children. So when I talk to them or they talk to me, we feel like we are in a family. So I feel like I should continue on a little bit every day, but not to the extent I used to do, because I need to devote my time to Eckankar. I was the 5th initiate, but I did not know much about Eckankar. Being in practice, being on call, Win trained me, and she was just like a mother. And then we also visited the Ek seminars together. We would drive together, share the room, and so much learning happened for me from Win. Win Pitney and her husband finally decided to go stay in Texas where their daughter was. So after several years of their gone, one time I was visiting Oregon, attending a acupuncture conference. While I was going towards my hotel, I got an inner nudge, and it said, "Go visit Win Pitney in Austin, Texas." Actually, I booked a flight, got a hotel room, and got a rental car, and drove to where Win Pitney was in an elderly home. We saw each other, and we felt like we were together in Stockton so many years ago. We shared love, we talked to each other, and one day we were sitting on the sofa, and we were going to get our picture taken, and I told Win, "You and me, Win." And Win said, "You and me and the Master." You know, Win will always remind me the presence of the Master with us all the time. Even if people said that she has Alzheimer's, She would never forget the presence of the Master with us all the time. What a blessing! We have a spiritual teacher in Eckankar, and his name at the present is Harold Klemp, and we say with respect, Shri Harold Klemp. Shri is just like Sir, you say in English language. The most important part of this is this teacher, you can see, if he's present here, you can see him standing and all of that. But sometime, when you are doing your spiritual prayer, we call it a contemplation, this teacher will manifest to you in your spiritual eye. Like your eyes are closed, but you're still looking. For example, one time I was taking my weeds out in the front yard, and I was just thinking of something we were discussing a few days ago about taking the weeds out. Just like in our life, we take different karma out one by one. I felt like my inner teacher, Sri Harold Klemp, is walking on the sidewalk. And the first, it was the first time it happened. I wasn't sure that I should consider this as the inner guide coming to me, but more and more I thought about it. I felt so good that, oh, the Master came to me to guide me. I felt so good. I do my contemplation by singing hymn, and I imagine my teacher is by the door. And then I imagine my teacher walking in. I have prepared the table and the chair. We sit and chat. I can take that trip to my Master and ask questions. I get the answers and I implement those, and I feel good. To me, is a great gift to connect with the divine love rather than just saying it, but here you learn how to do it in our daily life. The difference between divine love and human love can be divine love if it is open and it's encompassing all without any limitations, because many a time religions impose limitations. To me, religion is one which is open and brings to the reality of God's presence. And in any heaven even, you could be on the earth, but you could be somewhere else. Because even if somebody you feel like is stranger, but that person will do something or say something, it feels like it opened your heart. So if I say I want God this way, God might come in another way, because that means if I limited myself, I won't be able to see that way. Well, what is God? For me, it's love. Love of the highest is beyond limitations. So coming into Eckankar is like opening of the flower into blossom. I learned a lot about karma and reincarnation, and also how to live a life all drenched in God's love. You could be flying in that God's love all the time.